make their head drop.
Thank you for tuning in with another episode with Off the Mat with Donnie With It. We got a special guest in, Samara Chavez. Thanks for coming in for Off the Mat with Donnie With It. Now, Samara, I know you're a busy young lady. You know, you just finished your season this year with King. It was your last year, graduated. How's that? You know, now you're ready to start life out of college. What can we expect from Samara Chavez here coming up now that you're out of school?
Well, I haven't really put it out there yet, but I just enlisted, so I joined the National Guard, and the reason I'm joining that process is so that I can be on that WCAP team and continue my wrestling career.
Oh, so here to hear first, breaking news, Samara Chavez will be joining WCAP. And we got some other Texas wrestlers there, Jasmine Robinson. Who else? That's it?
I know there's a couple of Texas people out there,
Okay.
but I think they're with the OTC.
Oh, the OTC.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Explain to me how that works.
Well, at the Olympic training centers, if you can kind of stay on the facilities and practice and train there, but with WCAP, you train there, but you also have your own facility.
Okay.
So you work between both.
Okay. Are you excited about that opportunity?
Oh, I'm thrilled. I've been waiting for this moment, this opportunity, because I feel like I'll really peak there.
Okay. And who are the coaches there?
I'm gonna learn or know a couple more, but I've been in contact with Bruce
Okay.
Robinson.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm going to have that opportunity of training with the Sarah Hildebrand and all them
Right.
because they run the OTC practices now.
Got you. And I was actually at the Women's National this past year and really seeing her operate. You know, they really do got some good going on. She's really pretty sharp as a coach. It's not just easy coming from being a very good wrestler and coaching as well. But I think she kind of cut that curve now. So, shout out to Hildebrand doing a wonderful job over there. Now, let's start from the beginning. How did Samara Chavez start at wrestling?
Oof. I mean, it started with my older sister who just somehow brought a flyer home. And
who is that?
Naomi Chavez.
Naomi
Yeah, I know who that is.
Chavez. I did a podcast with your little brother, Isaiah, and I kind of forgot about
Naomi.
and knowing that she was the first dominant Chavez, Fargo champion and all that good stuff. So she brought the flyer home, and how did that work?
Well, I think, as you know, us as kids, we're pretty aggressive, so it's kind of hard to find a combat sport.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got into wrestling, it just matched just well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just stuck through it because we don't like to do a sport and then not enjoy it. But wrestling, we really enjoyed it and stuck with it because it's what we're good at.
Right. So, and who all started with you is Naomi and
My other sister wrestled too a bit, Soraya.
Soraya.
We all wrestled, all five of us did.
Okay,
for a bit.
Soraya. So let's run it down to me. We got Naomi, Soraya,
Dominic,
Dom,
me,
you,
and then Isaiah.
Then the brat, Isaiah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and all you guys just went, and what club were you at?
We started off, for as what I can remember, is Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah.
Shout out Coach Tony as well.
Yeah.
Great guy.
I think I stood there until probably starting middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Maverick Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then after Maverick Elite, we moved down here.
Okay.
And then I met like 3-4 coaches down here.
Right.
You gotta dabble a little bit, get a little everywhere, you know. Find what you like with your coaches and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so I'll never forget the first time I met you guys. Well, actually didn't meet you guys. I just moved down here, been down here a couple years. And I was over in Bedford, and we just started a little team. We just practicing over the summer. So we went to this tournament at Altus. And I'll never forget, you had the blue singlet with the orange stuff on it. And I'm like, man, this little boy is tough. You're rolling around. and I guess you had a hair thing on a
A
hair
hair
thing
cap.
fall off, and I say, "Whoa, it's a girl." Ever since then, I was like a big fan of yours. Like, then you moved down here, got the training with you a little bit, but I knew then when I seen you right then and there that you was gonna be something special. Just that little bit watching you, and you didn't disappoint. Just as tough as some of the best boys, and on the youth level, you were beating them, and I mean, I just knew I could see the success that was gonna come. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. We have a list, like I said, you was having some success on the youth level, pretty good, whooping on boys. And you actually won a couple Texas titles, am I correct?
Yes, definitely.
And that's on the boys' side as well. So now you moved down here, and what high school did you go to?
I went to James Martin.
James
Martin.
Martin. And freshman season, excited? Was you excited about it?
Uh, I was. I think what made it more comfortable is that I had your son there,
Hmm.
and then I had my brother there. But
Okay.
I moved my 8th grade year. I didn't really know anyone.
Didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
So you started wrestling and dominating as well. You get downstate. How did that go for you? Freshman year.
Freshman year, it was a funny year. I didn't have to cut, no
Mhm.
nothing. So I was just not. If y'all know me, I don't have the best nutrition diet. So yeah, it was fun year. I kind of went undefeated until the finals.
To the finals.
Till
And
the finals.
who you was wrestling with in the final?
Camille.
Camille Fournier.
Camille.
Okay. Shout out to Camille.
Yeah.
And you had her in the finals. Another really good Texas wrestler. And that was kind of the match everyone been waiting on. And then kind of go your way. So we lost that match. How did that make you feel?
I was a little. Well, you don't like losing, so
Right.
obviously you're gonna get a little upset. But
Mhm.
then again, you just keep learning throughout that process, like how you can improve next time. So I didn't really take it too much.
bad.
Yeah,
Right.
because I see her a lot throughout the year. I've seen her a while, so you just
All
gotta
right,
keep
so you
growing.
just and now we had that off season. Did you do any big tournaments in that off season? Any Fargos or anything?
Yeah, I did Fargo, and
Okay.
well, you have to hit those freestyle tournaments for girls. Like
Right. Well, yeah,
that's
you
what we
do.
do in
Yeah,
college
that's
is
what you do.
freestyle.
Yeah,
So
freestyle. So you have to.
you got to hit those.
Okay. And then how did that go in Fargo?
It was fun. I liked it. It's such a different experience.
Mm,
It's good competition out there.
did you place?
I did. I think I never won it, sadly.
Never won it.
I never won it. I think I collect almost every stop sign but first.
For first. Okay. So, so the only Fargo champion in the Chavez home is Naomi.
Yeah, his name.
Whoa, she got one on all of
She
y'all
got-
so far. I mean, see what little Isaiah do this year, but she got one on all y'all. Okay, so you said you had some tough matches in Fargo. Any one particular match? Did you make it to the finals in that match? I mean, in Fargo?
Yeah, I think I lost to, at that time, it was Mia Paloma.
Mia Palumbo, oh, girl out of Illinois.
Yeah, I think I lost
Blast
to her.
double. Yeah,
I think I watched her take my ankles out. Yeah.
And she's doing really good now as well, I believe. But another really high-level wrestler out of Illinois. So we lost to her. Now we're going back, to your sophomore season now. I mean, you just come off a pretty good freshman year, good summer as well. How's your training going at this point?
For right now?
No. Back then.
Oh, it was good. I was still hopping between clubs and stuff,
Okay.
So I think it's a little difficult, but you just gotta do what you can in the process and just try to get better with what you can.
Right. Okay. And so sophomore year, Fargo placer, second. Quite sure you think you were like top 10 in the country as well, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. Going into the sophomore season, how did you feel far as, like you say, you lost your freshman year. Are you saying and then you got it in your head like, hey, I'm winning it this year, no matter what, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
Was that mindset? Was that the mindset then, or was you just, hey, I'm here?
Well, kind of like I'm here. I never think it's probably a bad habit of me. I never go in thinking I'm going to win it. I think about the match that I have in front of me, and I'm just like, all right, I'm wrestling this one. This is what I'm doing. Right here's the moment.
Okay.
But I don't ever think about. I don't want to underestimate my opponent, so I
Got
don't
you.
think about like, oh, I'm going to hammer this
Right,
person
right.
because you never know.
You
You know,
never
things
know. Yeah,
happen.
some things happen. So you just so I'm here, I'm wrestling. We're gonna let the chips fall where they may type of mindset.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you roll through the season. You know, if I recall, Martin had a nice little schedule. Undefeated, going to the state finals. Do you have Camille again, or you got a different opponent?
No, I won my sophomore year.
Okay.
In
Who do
high
you
school.
remember? Who you wrestled?
I think it was Cam from Trinity.
Okay.
I think it was her.
Okay. So we got the title, got that out the way. Now, how you feeling? Was it did you like feeling really good, or was it just another trophy for Samara?
That one was just, I mean, Texas, I'm not trying to crap on Texas. So there's some good Texas athletes, but then also there's levels, and you can
Right.
very tell the different levels. So
Okay.
during my high school, it was kind of, I didn't really get that.
That drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, me knowing you, I used to always tell you, it seemed like you were wrestled down in your competition a little bit.
I try to make it harder for myself when I shouldn't have.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I know what you
So
mean.
so is that the kind of thing that was going on in Texas a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not as eager, I'm not driven as much as I would be at a Fargo or the big ones.
Yeah.
Is that was that
No,
the battle?
it definitely is. You can see in my matches when I switch it up and when I have to. But then if you see me, you can see me lollygagging and just doing dumb things that I shouldn't be doing.
So you get the title done. Did you go back to Fargo now?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
What did I take my sophomore year? I don't know. I think I probably took third. I'm pretty sure during Fargo, it was Mia, probably Emily, Sage in the finals.
Right. So you basically been seeing the same crew from high school all the way to college.
Yeah.
So it's either like the Emily, what's her last name?
Shilson.
What is
Shilson?
it? Shilson. And then you got Mia Palumbo, Sage Mortimer. Who else? Did you ever wrestle with Felicity? Did you ever wrestle?
Not at Fargo. Only at US events.
Okay. So, like I say, these girls are some of the best in the country. Actually, some of the best in the world at this point in time.
Yeah.
So right around that time, it was either one of those you're wrestling, and you guys always meet up, semis, somewhere around there. We fell short. Now, are you frustrated at this time? Like, hey, I've been there once, didn't get the job done. Been there twice, didn't get the job done. Or are you saying, hey, I'm just getting better? What was your approach at this time?
Kind of, I am getting a little better, but I'm not putting in as much work when I should be doing more work. I know I should have. But I like it a lot because they are, like you said, they are high athletes, and I love that competition.
Right.
And it just makes me more hungry. That's why now that I've graduated, I'm excited to join WCAP because it's hard being a college athlete and trying to grow there.
Trying to grow in the sport, right? Well, definitely know you're going to do good at that. Now that you don't have to really worry about school as much. Now you got the term papers out the way and classes out the way. You can just concentrate on wrestling. Now, fast forward. We did wrestle our junior year in high school, won another high school title, breezed through that. Go back to Fargo. We placed somewhere top 3 in there as well.
Yeah.
Top 4, somewhere around there. And now our senior year. How were you feeling now about the sport of wrestling?
I think at that time I committed already to King University that I was like, what's another high school tournament trophy? It was COVID year also that year.
Right.
So the rules changed and stuff, and I was like, well, I think the main reason why I didn't wrestle regionals is because I was coming back from an international tournament, I believe.
Okay.
and I was not ready to make that cut.
Right.
When I probably, if I really wanted it, I should have done it. But I
Right.
was kind of over high school at that point and ready to
Do you
move
kind of
on.
regret that decision?
I do a little bit.
Mm.
I should have,
Should have wrestled.
yeah. But I was, you know how I was in my high school.
Mhm.
I quit 4 times, and I'm a
Right.
4-time high school dropout. I've been in it, and then I
Right.
quit wrestling like multiple times. So it was like it's the high school year, man.
hmm So, and I remember talking to you about it, a couple times that you say, I'm done,
Yeah.
Um, and, you've been doing this so long, it becomes, just something we do, and I totally understand growing up with a wrestling coach as my father, every day, is wrestling, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I know your parents didn't wrestle, but you would have thought they wrestled because mom was taking you to every practice that she can,
Mhm.
every tournament. If it was if y'all if it was a wrestling tournament at the state fair or somewhere, y'all there.
Yeah.
So I knew, at some point that it'll get boring to you. And I guess that's where we were at that time. But now you signed with King. You didn't wrestle your senior year. What is your mindset? I just ready to get to college. I want that now. Was
Yeah.
that the mindset?
It was, but then when I got to college and the college season's so long that I thought again, kind of like my freshman year in high school. Oh, I'm a freshman. They don't expect much from me. Like
hmm
this is the college level. This is different level.
hmm
When I should have, I took third my freshman year, and honestly, I should have took second. I should have been wrestling Shilson in the finals.
hmm
I kind of got sick, whatever, but I just didn't have that mindset where I was like, I know I can be up here.
hmm
I was like, I'm a freshman. What do you expect from a
Right,
freshman? No one
right,
really expects much from freshmen. So
right.
that's
But
what
you
I thought.
still took what,
I
third?
took third.
And you felt that was a letdown at that point
Yeah.
to you. Okay. You remember who you lost to?
I lost to Sydney. Sydney Pitzer. I can't say her last name.
I do recall that
North
match.
Central.
Yeah, North Central out of Illinois. I do recall that match. Yeah, I do recall it.
Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was sick, and it was
Then
just a tough. I plus I think I was doing a bad cut that freshman year.
mhm, probably so, probably so, probably so. But I knew after that match I could see, kind of the that look. You know what I mean? Like you were kind of disappointed.
hmm
You know what I mean? I think you had in that off season you had something else coming up. What came up after that?
On the
Uh, that freshman year was it trials? Anything? U20s?
it's probably U20s.
Right? Because I think you really wrestled your butt off in that though.
hmm
If I'm not mistaken, your freshman year, you make it to the finals.
Was that the Vegas one?
I
I
think
wrestled in
so.
Vegas,
Yeah,
and
when we
I had
make
Katie in the
yeah,
finals.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my. I don't know if that was my freshman year. I think that was my sophomore
Our
year.
sophomore year when we was all in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's probably what I was talking about. So, do you recall what went on your freshman year in the off season?
I just kind of just had fun with it. I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't think much of the person I wrestled that I guess was really huge
Mm-hmm.
before the finals. Who was the girl? Do you
I
remember
can't
her?
remember. I know
Uh,
it was the Who's Who bracket. I remember that.
yeah, I guess I didn't even know the girl. So it's very good that you sometimes don't know your opponents because she was
Mm-hmm.
really good apparently,
Mm-hmm.
and I won with 1 point.
Right. Right. So that's when everybody started. Well, knew you, but hey, she's coming. I
Yeah.
remember that all over social media and everything. Now, you got your freshman season done with, over with. How you feeling now?
For my sophomore
Going,
and junior
far as
year,
college period, wrestling wise.
uh, it's. I felt good. I was having fun. I get to
Okay.
travel, do these hard tournaments. Like
hmm
those are the fun ones. Those are the best ones. So I felt good. It's just like again, college season is
So long,
so
and how,
long.
and I think it's a little bit different for girls than it is the boys.
hmm
Now, if I'm not mistaken, of course you guys start as soon as you touch campus.
hmm
But really, a lot of you girls, after you do nationals in college, y'all going right into the off season, right?
Right
So
into it.
basically, I mean, sometimes a lot of college men is not doing that stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some may go U20, U23s or world team trials,
Because they're folk stylers.
folk styles,
Mhm.
right? But for you girls, it's like it's an automatic when it's done. Is that something your coaches push on you? How is that? Why is it like that? Can you give me?
Well, I think for us, because King is like one of the top,
Hmm.
I guess they call it the Power Five.
Okay.
So he does encourage us to go to these tournaments.
Okay.
Like, do it. You're good enough. Let's do it. Let's get
Hmm.
these competition. Like, why run from it?
Hmm.
You know, we're going to keep seeing them. We still see them in college. Like, what do we got to lose? Come on, let's wrestle. Let's
Right.
have fun with it. Let's do it.
And so but on the flip side of that, I guess why you could look at it like, man, I'm all year round. I'm
Yeah.
all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I think we only get like after nationals, I think we get like a week break. And then we
Hmm.
get 2 weeks back into it.
2 weeks right back into
Yeah.
it. And do you think that takes a toll on you ladies as far
Oh,
as
of course, because there's finals weeks.
wow,
That's the week of like finals and everything. You're just like, oh, this is a lot.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So we don't look at that, what you ladies are enduring as far as especially on the college level. Because again, we just think, hey, nationals, somebody may wrestle a little bit, off-season world team trials, or
Hmm.
the men only probably got a few tournaments that they get ready for, but you ladies basically got to get ready for a whole nother season.
Hmm.
I didn't think about that. So at this point, you probably is having fun, but at the same token, we mentally drained and physically drained.
Yeah.
So how did Samara get through that? Because a lot of times, again, you've been wrestling for a long time at this time. How did you deal with that?
I kind of thought of it as like just another tournament. I didn't really see it as I'm trying to make a team.
Hmm.
Because if you know me, I don't really know much of the placing. I should at this point. I really should know. But I don't know like the whole placements or if I win this tournament, what does it get me? Or like what did I make a team? Do I qualify for something? Because there's a lot of
Right.
qualifications behind it, and then it's just a lot, and then I don't think about that until
You
my
just
coach
go
tells
right.
me like, hey,
Right.
you qualified to go wrestle this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh really? So I'm still going, I'm not done.
Right. So I mean, because you ended up going to Pan Am's one of them years too, right?
Yeah, in the Pan Am Games Chile, and
Right.
that was
How was that experience? You went to Chile?
yeah, it was fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I like those international tournaments. It's just a different environment.
So how many international tournaments you done?
I've been to probably like 6 or so. I've been to a lot
So
since I
you
was a kid.
Chile,
I've been to Japan twice.
Japan twice?
Argentina. Been to Mexico. Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
Wow. And you won on Pan Am's, am I correct?
Yeah, I took
Right. You kind of
one and
dominated,
one.
if I ain't mistaken. Now, I remember you coming back from Japan because I think you went over with a team before and
The
just
Kalapin
right
team.
to train or some stuff like that. And I remember you coming back with this whole little Chinese get up thing.
The drip Isaiah wears now is all from me. So
right. Oh yeah.
all the clothes he's got is
Matter of
from
fact,
me.
some of his teammates wearing your singlets and
Yeah,
stuff like
he's
that.
selling my stuff. Yes.
But I remember, you coming back and I could see a fire in your eyes. You know what I mean? Coming back from the Japan thing. And was that experience made you fall back in love with wrestling or what? Or was just I went to Japan, it was different. And I kind of enjoyed myself. But to me it seemed like you came back a little hungry for wrestling again.
Yeah, because at the international level, it's if you lose, the person you lose to has to keep winning for you to get
Oh,
pulled back into the bracket.
got you.
So that was different for me. I lost to the one that won it, so I
Mhm.
did not get to get pulled back in. So I'm like, I've never been a one out. I'm like, whoa, I'm out. I
Right,
can't.
right,
I want to wrestle again. Put me
right.
back in.
And
And
it couldn't happen.
yeah, so you gotta. It made me like, what? This is so. I
Mhm.
don't want to. I don't want to lose and not be able to wrestle. I want to keep
Right,
wrestling. You gotta keep it
right.
up. So
So
it
that
did make me a
put
little
a
bit
little
more hungry. It
fire,
did.
okay. And so now we now past sophomore year in college. We on to our junior year now. how's that, any different mindset, I mean, because now you growing up, you're adult now at this point, school, is becoming a little bit more, how were you mentally at this point in time?
I think my junior year, I honestly probably did my best.
Mhm,
I dominated through that nationals bracket
mhm,
up until finals where I did, I lost to
right,
Jazzy Gallegos with that blast double, and
right,
I did not hold position. I fell over to the side, and
right.
then I ended up getting pinned. So
Hey, you were
that
winning
was,
that match,
I
right?
was, yeah.
Right.
But that
Um,
was probably like one of my best seasons I had.
but I remember, yeah, all year you was wrestling phenomenal, and then coming off that season, we got World Team Trials,
Hmm.
right? Olympic trials, and
I think I did make a team that year. I was the senior national
senior
team's top
national team,
3.
top 3, right?
Hmm.
And because let's talk about that.
That's right, because I went to Final X that year.
Yeah, Final X. Let's talk about that. Because again, you said your junior year, you dominated. What
Hmm.
was different at this point in time?
I think it was the maturity level that I grew, and then my mindset. My mindset is not the best, so I worked a lot on mindset, of
Mhm,
having confidence in myself, and be like, what, I got it. I want this. This is my year.
right.
So
So I mean, because I think I watched you that year a little more than I normally do. I just okay, she's wrestling this tournament. Let me check it out. But I think I watched a few matches and I'm seeing the pop there. More leg attacks, things like that. Oh, we had a letdown in the finals, but again, you were wrestling so well, getting going into the what was that the senior trials, Olympic trials. How were you feeling at that point?
I felt good. I didn't even feel tired throughout that season for some reason.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I got tired of losing. Taking, I still didn't win it, but
Mhm.
it gets tiring that you want to push past that. You're like, oh,
Right.
I'm giving you all I got, like 6 minutes.
Mhm. And so, world team trials. You remember who your first match was? Not world team. I keep saying world team, but Olympic trials. Do you remember who your first match was?
I don't. I think I remember wrestling because I qualified at 53 kg, so that'd
Mm,
probably be like again like Sydney in my bracket, Gallegos in my bracket, and Felicity in my bracket, Katie,
mm.
and that other girl.
So I don't remember who was in your first bracket. I know you got rid of them pretty easy. So let's fast forward to semifinals because of course, we had a semifinals match. I
Yeah.
think you were pegged to lose in that,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. You remember who was that?
I don't know her name, but I know it's
You
the
know,
one. I
yeah,
know it's the one I won by 1 point. I was
right.
tired that match. I never walked off a mat so excited to jump my coach's arm like it's done. We're done. Thank gosh.
Right. We were there watching you, and like I said, I think people were pinning you to lose that match. I never doubt you. Now we in the finals. It's going to the Olympics, right?
No, this is for the senior
Senior
world
world team.
team. Yeah,
Okay.
because my senior year. No, I think it was
I think it was
because if it was trial, I took fourth for trying to make the Olympics.
okay. So this was the senior
This
world
is a
team.
senior world team
Okay.
one.
So we in the finals. We got I think who Felicity
Not this one. This one
was it Sage,
it was Katie.
Katie,
Yeah.
and we're dominating that match.
Okay, it's not Katie because I did not dominate Katie.
Yeah,
It's not that one.
we were up. I don't know about like 6 or 7 points in the finals of the first match.
It was junior year.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I don't know who you
I think you're
wrestled in
talking
the
about
finals.
Sage then.
Yeah, I think it
Because in
was Sage.
when second period hit, then that's when I
Yeah.
did that dumb move.
Yes.
And I know
Yes.
exactly what you're talking about because I watched you. I
Yeah.
watched you leave the court. I was like,
I was
I know
pissed.
I
I was
messed up.
pissed.
I watched you leave. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. So,
It was Sage
uh,
that one.
yep. So I mean, we and Sage is like I said, she's one of the best that do it, and we were on her. I mean, you jumped out on her. I'm like, man, we about to do it. Then seemed like we just shut down in that match. You know what I mean? If you can recall that, where were you at after that second period mentally?
I think it was probably too good to be true.
Too good to be true type thing. And we
Yeah, where
trying
I'm
to
like,
hold on to that victory.
yeah, and I'm like, this isn't right. And then I don't know. Then she came at me, and she came back.
Right,
She came back, and then forced me to do dumb things.
right.
So
I mean, like I said, I just think I could agree with you because that's what it actually looked like. Like you came out here, you threw the kitchen sink at her, and we get up. I mean, we get up some points, and we looking like we're gonna win this thing. And I remember second period, she got a takedown. She got another takedown. I'm like, Samara, you gotta get a takedown. That's what I'm thinking. Then we just shut down, and I think I learned something as a coach during that match as well because I think I would have had you kind of do the same thing, kind of get more defense.
mhm.
But I believe, you know, after watching that match, I really believe like if you'd have stayed on her, you probably would have made her. The momentum was going so good for you, you probably would have teched her or would have probably just still dominated the match
Mhm.
anyway. Like I said, I left that match as a coach learning as well because I'm thinking, hey, we up. This a bad girl. Just hold position. But like I say, I see it happen so often that, if you train to be an offensive wrestler like you are, you very offensive. You go from head to toe, right to left. And a person like yourself shuts down. I don't think that's good, because again, we don't train that way a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't train to shut down. We train to be offensive. What do you think?
I I honestly just think at that point it's like my mindset.
Mm,
Like again, it's about having that confidence and believing in yourself, and I think that's the one thing I lack in the most because I have technique. We all know I'm very
right.
technical, so I'm fine in that area.
Mm.
But it's just the way I think and how I your mind plays. It's a huge part.
Oh
It's a
man, I
huge
mean,
part of how you perform and stuff like that. So once you start thinking negatively, then
it
obviously,
goes.
yeah, it shows. Obviously, it
Mm.
shows.
And that's another thing as a coach that we hear so much. Wrestling, you thought these numbers get throughout. 80% mental, 90% mental, 95% mental, whatever that ratio is. I don't think it's enough. You know what I mean? Because, like you say, a person like yourself, technical, but that doesn't mean we're gonna get that win. Because somewhere down the line, if I doubt myself,
Hmm.
that plays a huge part. Or if I'm overconfident, that plays a huge part. So, I'm thinking mentally finding that balance and also having that certain level of mental toughness.
Hmm.
So again, I agree with you totally wholeheartedly about the mental aspect. Now, get that year, senior year, because you didn't redshirt at all, did you?
No, I did all 4 years.
Did all 4
Did all
years.
four.
No red shirt for you, huh?
No.
All right, so now our senior year coming about, we, at the last leg, graduation coming about, thinking about all this. What's your mind frame at this point?
Well, my senior year, our coach had to leave, so now he
Hmm.
coaches at Tarleton. I know y'all know Jason
Hmm.
Mormon.
Yeah.
And then we had coaches coming in and out of our room a little bit. So it was kind of hard to get that good training that I needed,
Okay.
which I still had a great senior year. I made it to finals.
Hmm.
But I think what really helped me too is that like I was just like I'm here. It's my last year. What do I got to lose? Because I
Right.
remember it didn't feel like nationals when it was nationals.
Okay.
Wrestling my first girl, I was like, oh, I'm on the mat. I'm up right now. I got to wrestle. I'm trying to lock in, and it just I won it, but it still didn't feel like
Didn't feel like
it didn't feel like
national.
nationals.
Just another tournament.
Yeah, not that I was like I'm hungry. I won it. I'm gonna
Hmm.
do it. It's just everything that happened throughout the school year was just
Right.
a lie. Like, the coach you commit to a school for really like the program and the coach.
Hmm.
So having that person kind of leave and then
And so that actually losing your coach, that kind of played a part
yeah.
with you, as far as the training and the regiments and things of that nature. Now, how did you balance that part? Did you do anything extra on your own? How did that work for you?
I think what helped was our team dynamic. We were all there for each other, and we all knew like this is what he would have wanted us for us, or this
Right.
is how he would want us to be practicing. So I think as a team atmosphere, we really helped each other and pushed
Gotcha.
each other and how we can just
Because
get through it.
you guys were ranked what, top 5?
The five powerhouse.
Yep, yep, yep. So you guys been having a lot of success at King. Kind of strange that he left, but um, I know you girls have been, right there for a long time. Now, season's over. You play second, 4-time All-American. Uh, Ton of accolades under your belt at this point in time. Did you know then it was WCAP, or were you still trying to find yourself, see what you were looking to do at this point?
I knew for a little, because I've been talking to Bruce here and there.
Okay.
So I knew for a little that, okay, because I know I can do so much better in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of drives me a little bit to like, I want to continue wrestling.
Okay.
I want to be the best version of myself wrestling out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know right now that I'm not. I still see mistakes in my matches, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
perfect that. I don't care about I'm gonna win this. I'm whatever. I care about giving you a match because
Right.
I'm a fighter. We're gonna tussle this out. You know, I'm not gonna
Right.
give it easy, but let's do this. I love
Mm-hmm.
that competition that just push.
Right. And now that, me personally knowing you, I'm thinking now that you don't have those distractions now, because it's always been distractions as far as school, family wise. You got, a little brother that you gotta go help and train, and you got a lot of things going on. Now that you could really solely focus on wrestling, is that appealing to you at this point? Like, man, I don't got to worry about school, me, and the mats. Is
Yeah.
that where Samara's at this point?
Yes, I'm excited for the resources that are going to be available.
Okay.
Some colleges don't have the
Okay.
right resources you need or the great
Mhm.
facility, so I'm very excited for
Man,
that
I
help.
mean, you the second one that said that. I had Nasir Bailey on here.
Hmm.
You know him, and he was at Little Rock.
Hmm.
Did well at Little Rock. But then, he just started to look at, his surroundings, and, and what he, conveyed to me was, he liked Little Rock, and, the coaching staff, everything was fine. But he needed that extra oomph, needed, like you said, the resources, the food,
Just a little help.
that little
Just
help. You're right.
Yeah.
Just that little help. What I was able to give compared to Little Rock is a 9-day difference. The room, the nutrition plans, and all
Mhm.
these little things. Like you saying, just a little help. And so that's what you're looking for as well.
Yeah.
So that is a big part, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, if you out here watching, you want to get somewhere that can help you get to the next level, and all those little things play a part.
Yeah.
Nutrition, partners, coaching, and you feel you got all that at WCAP,
Oh yeah.
and then some.
I believe 100% that I'll have that out there.
And now you see other programs once girls leave college. I know a lot of people don't understand how that works, like the Titan Mercuries of the world, the Sunkist kids of the world. How do that stuff work? Can you give us a little backdrop? Do they come recruit you, or how do that work? They sign you,
Yeah.
you get paid on
It's
these teams.
kinda
How does that work?
It's kind of like a sponsorship,
Okay.
which I'm trying to get at. So yeah, give me that. I'll represent. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get on the sponsorships, but you got to kind of. I think it's all about how you represent yourself, obviously, because in the
Mhm.
wrestling world, if you're going to represent Team USA, you got to have uphold yourself the correct way. So I think they look for how you uphold yourself, how you perform, and just like putting their brand also out there.
Right.
Give them the recognition, like show them that
Mhm.
they're helping you, they're paying, they're helping. That's
Right.
what they kind of do. They pay for your competition, your
Hmm.
hotels and stuff. So it's pretty
So
good.
that's what the teams do, like the Titan Mercuries, the Sun Kiss. Did
Yeah.
any of these teams approach you?
Sadly, no. I've been trying.
None. Didn't touch. Y'all sleeping. Titan Mercury, Sun Kiss, where you at?
I've
But
actually tried. I wanted to get on a team like that
hmm
because they have good athletes and
hmm
stuff. So I wanted to be there. I'm like, how do I get there?
right.
Which I'm still kind of learning. I don't know how you get on there. I think it's about, again, networking connections.
Hmm.
So don't be afraid to ask questions or talk to a coach.
Right.
Be like, hey, I'm interested of trying to get on this team. How is
Hmm.
that
How's
possible?
that possible?
Yeah.
Right. So now Bruce been talking to you, WCAP coach. We didn't get on none of those programs approach you. How you feeling? Do you feel like, hey, wrestling brings a certain type of moxie, confidence, and arrogance to a certain point. Did you feel like, hey, why you not? I'm not getting the calls, or I've been right there with the best of the best. Why I'm not getting the calls? Or did you just look at it and say, hey, I'm gonna take this opportunity? And how were you feeling?
I was a little like, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
What am I doing wrong that I can't get that same recognition? Because I'm obviously, I think when they see me in the bracket, I hope when
Hmm.
they see me in the bracket, like, oh, like I got Samara, like my
Hmm.
name's pretty kind of known a little bit.
That's what
So
kind of took me back a little bit. I would have thought Sun Kiss or somebody come calling, because to me as a
right.
coach watching you, again, I've been watching you for a long, long time since you were little, and coaching you a little bit in your career as well. I'm always seeing that she's right there, right there. I couldn't understand how a coach couldn't see, like, hey, if I get her, I make it get her to do some things and get her to turn that corner. Really, it's not a corner to turn, because, you know, you're a match away from the biggest, you know, accolades you could have in the sport. So it was just baffling to me that you wasn't approached, and knowing that you just a millisecond away from doing some remarkable things. And I'm quite sure your opponents could say the same thing, because they
Yeah.
don't like wrestling you. I know, that headlock and a couple things, but now I'm looking at it. God does things for a reason. WCAP may be something that fits Samara pretty well. What do you think? Like, you got the training, you got all the other things. And where will you be at? In Colorado, right?
Yeah, Colorado Springs.
Okay, so now you're around all that wrestling, like you're saying, great facilities. I know that hunger is there. What else do you think Samara needs outside of that to get over the hump?
I think I need structure.
Structure.
I need someone on me, hounding me,
Mm-hmm.
because, like I said, in the college wrestling room, I got comfortable with just wrestling. I wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
getting challenged in the wrestling room as like I need to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in WCAP, since there's high competition partners and stuff like that, someone will be on me and makes me want to push
Push
to
it.
fix these mistakes I be making.
And like I said, I noticed Hildebrandt, man. I mean, like I said, even the drilling, she was intense with the warm ups, and I'm watching her coach. She's very intense, and not like rah rah rah, but I could see how she's coaching, and I think that would be something that could definitely help you. And she's been there, she knows it. Now, getting ready to go WCAP. Now you got to go do some. Talking about the military though,
Boot
got to
camp.
do some boot camp now. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, a lot of people tell me that like, oh, you're a wrestler, you'll get through. This is like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a joke to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dealing with other people, and I don't like getting yelled at for unnecessary reasons. So I think I'm just gonna have to. I'm pretty good at biting my tongue already as it
Mm-hmm.
is, so I guess just yell at me and I'll take it.
They
I'm just
take
trying to
it.
get through, trying to do my time,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Right. So that's about to be a new experience. Now living in Colorado, I mean, you've been back and forth to Colorado
hmm
ton. What part of Colorado are you gonna be in? Do you
Colorado
know?
Springs.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So you'll be living at the facility?
See, that's what I'm I'm not there yet.
Not there
I
yet.
know because I got to get through boot camp and stuff. I want to
Mhm.
get out and find an apartment out there,
Mhm.
and so I don't have to
Right.
live in the wrestler's house with a bunch of wrestlers. I like my space too.
So
I love y'all, but
But how does that work though? You mean let some of the viewers know. I mean, now that you have to, is it one house? Is it dorms? How is it?
I think you could stay on the facility where it's
Mm,
like almost like a dorm.
mm-hmm.
So that's staying at the OTC. But I think if you stay at like the wrestler house, I guess it's a group of wrestlers who all help with the house and just
Oh,
kind of
got
keep
you,
it
got you.
together.
So yeah, you probably want to do your own thing at that point.
Yeah, I mean, we're wrestlers, we're all cutting weight. There's a lot of
Right.
there's a lot that goes on in there.
Yeah, yes, especially with girls. So
Yeah.
y'all go up and down, right and left. So I definitely understand that. So now let's fast forward. We know what we're doing, know where we're going. What's next for Samara? What's the next thing she wants to accomplish?
She wants to win.
Olympics?
She wants to finally. Yeah, I do. That's why. What is it? 2025 right now.
Mm,
3 years. 2028. I'll be doing my 3-year contract with WCAP. I might
mm.
renew it, but that's the plan. I want
That's the
to.
plan.
I made it to the Olympic trials. I
Mm-hmm.
already wrestled that area, so I can get there. Now
Right.
let's start. I'm losing to girls I wrestle all the time. Now
Right.
let's start winning.
Let's start winning. And like I say, I think by you being able to really focus on wrestling and nothing else, I think that may be, and that, like I said, having that support system and having, all the, I's dotted, T's crossed,
Hmm.
far as facility partners, training. I mean, I think that would be something you could accomplish. Now, getting ready for this next chapter in Samara's life, where do you see yourself? Are you starting to also pay attention to after wrestling, or are you just locked in solely on wrestling at this point in time?
At this point in time, right now, I am just strictly kind of being selfish in wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't got to worry about school no more. Everything, I don't got no debt to pay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to wrestle now.
Okay.
That would basically be my job at WCAP.
Got you.
But I do after WCAP, once I finally hang up the shoes, probably. I want to coach. I graduated in sports management major, so
Mm-hmm.
I want to pass down what I have.
Okay. And I done been around you a little bit. I think you definitely have something to offer. The kids love you. Very knowledgeable of the sport. And I'm excited. Excited to see what the future holds for Samara Chavez. Really, all you guys. Even Dom graduated. Can't wait to see what's going on with him. Got Isaiah, who's, you know, blazing the trail right now. Letting them know. He always used to say, I ain't a Chavez. But
Oh, I remember. I remember.
now he's definitely, doing well.
I'm glad.
And right, how do you feel about that? I mean, because
Oh,
we remember him, I remember you loving on him and they had to beat the brakes off of him. But how do you feel about your little brother at this
I'm
point?
like his biggest supporter. He probably doesn't know it, but I support him a lot. I help him when
Hmm.
he needs it. I'm glad he's finally like he always felt like he was living under our shadow and stuff
Hmm.
because of our accomplishments of back then. He's
Hmm.
now making a name for himself, and that's what he's wanting. He's doing what he's wanting. He's dedicated.
Hmm.
He puts the extra work in. I'm seeing it. He
Hmm.
looks good. He looks solid. I love wrestling him. We still wrestle a little bit too every now and then.
Who's winning that match right now?
I think if his reattacks are really good, so I think if
Mhm.
I force him to shoot,
Mhm.
because he can't really fight in the hand tie
Right.
yet,
Right.
right? We're gonna fix that,
We're gonna
right?
fix that.
Yeah. So I think once he gets a little bit there, then he'll start probably dominating on me.
So right now you're still getting them though.
Yeah. Right now, I still kind of give it to
And
him.
y'all heard that first.
do.
She's still giving it to him. So, and he's pretty good. So she's still giving it
I'm
to
not
him.
the real battle yet, though. It's Dominic. It's the
Oh yeah,
Dominic.
Dominic is the one.
Dominic.
But like I say, I remember last year. He said, "I finally got to take down on Samara." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And like he was so excited. But it was good. It's good seeing him and you guys, how you guys come in and train and get on him and help him out. See Dom with him a lot, you with him a lot when you're around, and he loves it. He feeds off that. He's listening. So I think you guys have played a major part of his success as well. And again, I'm excited, for the family, what you guys are doing. I know mom is excited, dad's excited. So I just can't wait to see the next chapter in the Chavez as far as with you, Dominic, and Isaiah. So it's going to be a fun ride. I've been here for a while, having a front row seat. So I'll just get ready for the popcorn and butter now. But it was great, talking to you, having you on. And again, can't wait to see the next chapter in Samara Chavez, career. Thank you again for coming on. Off the Mat with Donnie with it. And you guys, thanks for tuning in. We got another great episode coming up, a surprise guest you guys gonna love to see. But thank you for tuning in for Off the Mat with Donnie with it.